Hola, what's up everyone? I'm gonna get this set up on here. I am changing it up every week. I am actually going to record this on YouTube and use my phone separately for Instagram. So hopefully the quality stays good. ¿Qué pasa? ¿Qué pasa? I'm gonna wait for people to come in. This is our last week, our last live of this challenge. So I'm gonna go live here on Instagram, and hopefully this works out. We're just gonna hang out today. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? ¿Qué pasa? Hola, hola, hola. ¿Qué pasa? I'm gonna let some people come in, and we're gonna get into this last live of the habit challenge for February. And I'm excited about this, you all. We made it. You made it. If you're here today and you've been doing this, you made it. You made it. I don't care how well you, I do care how well you did on this challenge. I'm not going to lie. What's up, everyone? But it's not about hitting it every single day. It's about the consistency. The consistency is key. So that's what we're going to talk about today. Trust in the process. All right. So I'm going to let a couple more people come in. Thank you. I mean, you know, they're doing a little bit of something today. They're actually looking a little dry, but it's been a long day. What's up? What's up? We're on our last live of this challenge, and we're going to talk about trusting the process. I'm actually doing this separately this week, and so hopefully the quality is a lot better now on Instagram. But yeah. I hope you all are doing well out there, chilling. So yeah, the last few weeks I had different topics for every live. So we talked about, the first thing was basically about your identity, getting clear on what you identify as, who you are as a person, because that sets the basis of your beliefs and your values as a person. If you don't know who you are, then you're liable to fall for anything. You go for anything. You'll end up anywhere. So knowing who you are, what you like, what your beliefs are, is very important. So that was like our first live that we did. We talked about that, getting clear on your identity. Then we talked about cycles, because in cycles, I mean, cycles happen. There are natural cycles in the world. They're just cycles that happen in your life. And sometimes we get stuck in cycles or rhythms in life. And knowing or noticing these cycles can help you, because a lot of times you, in a cycle, there's a low point, you know, you have your highs and lows. And so if you know these things are going to happen, then you're able to equip yourself better for when those lows do happen. So, you know, we just talked about noticing those cycles. What are some ways you can equip yourself when these things do happen? And just to keep going, because again, we're talking about consistency. This week's topic is trusting the process, and that's a process. It's the journey. It's being consistent. If you stick with it, you will get results from it. Okay, you reap what you sow. Like, these are laws of the universe. These are promises from God. Whatever you believe in, if you work towards something and you consistently do it, you're sowing whatever your intention is. You will get back whatever that is that you've been putting in. Okay, so we know that that is truth. So we need to be able to continue on, because life does happen. Things do happen. Like I said, there's cycles, there's rhythms to life. So we want to get past those hurdles. And then we talked about your mindset mastery, and self-talk. How do you talk to yourself? You allow other people to say things to you and you take it in as truth, but what are you saying to yourself? Again, knowing who you are sets the basis on what you allow in as your truth. So if you knew who you were, you're not going to allow someone else to tell you that you're this other thing over here, because you know who you are. Okay? So that it's just very important to talk to yourself in a good way. And in that, I also talked about like going more to the subconscious level. Like hypnotizing yourself in a way, just repetitive things, because again, your subconscious thoughts, these are thoughts that you've had, like you grew up when you were born. As you grew up, you had these things put onto you. You've seen things in your life, and you've listened to other people live their life, and what they said was their truth, and so you kind of took that on as yourself, and you put yourself into this mold that others told you you were, or you should be. And so we're breaking free from that and creating our own mold. Again, that identity that we're saying is who we are. And in that, you have a different story. You know, you're not going to tell yourself the same things you used to tell yourself, because you're a different person now. So you have to tell yourself different things. And it takes time to recondition your mind. You have to let go of those old thoughts. And again, those have been there for years and years and years. It's not going to happen overnight. So this is something you have to be consistent with. Continuing to talk to yourself in the way that you should talk to yourself. Telling yourself those things, your new identity. Not just your new identity, but the affirmations, or the like building your confidence in what it is that you're doing or trying to do. So that's your mindset and your self-talk. And then the last one that we did was about changing your state. So in that, it's like, you know, yeah, we can talk to ourselves nice. Yeah, we can have our identity and our why. Yeah, we can know these tools to help us with our mindset and things like that. But when life smacks you, not just smacks you, when life punches you, steps on you, and spits on you, because it will, what do? Because those positive thoughts, those affirmations, those things won't help in that time. Like when you're depressed, it will not help. Nothing matters, because you're in a dark place. And you know these things, but why does it even matter? Who cares? You can't even get out the bed. So we talked about changing your state. How do we continue on when we are in those dark places? When we're in that funk, how do we shake that funk off? Well, you literally shake it off. Get up and dance. But the thing is, you have to make that choice. But you just that one thing, that choice, you choose to stand up and do that movement or whatever it is for like 2 to 10 minutes. And we can start to change the chemistry in our body to help us continue on, even just for a period of time, just to get us up out of that funk so that we don't get stuck for too long. So that's what we talk about, changing our state. There's different poses you can do. Go for a walk, go exercise, go to rage room. What you eat is important. Your gut health is important. So we just talked about those different things on how we can change basically the chemistry in your body, changing to get our mind off of that loop in that downward spiral, and to be more present in the moment. Cold showers, because you're going to snap out of it because you're cold and you're only thinking about your physical body right now being cold. So we're trying to snap out of those thoughts and be more present, because in the present moment, when we trust the process, in the present moment, that's where you find the gifts. That's where you find those little keys. That's where you see the magic in life. That's where we grow. Because we can't jump from one place to the other. Like, we see this thing, we really want that thing. We see other people that have it, or whatever it is. But you can't go from here to there. You're not the person that can even handle this. You can't handle it. You know, to say God will not give you more than you could bear, because you can't handle it. If you can't handle it, why would I give it to you? So in the process, we are working on being able to handle that thing. You're working to have those habits of that person, that identity that you're creating, that you have created. But that person does things differently than what this old person did, which is why we have to talk to ourselves differently, which is why we have to have the different habits. Because that person, this new person, does not do that stuff. They do something different. Because if they did that stuff, they wouldn't be this person. You know what I'm saying? Like, we look at these people who like work out. We'll just use that as an example. You see them and they're like fit and they're 6-pack abs and like all the things, and they just walk around with like no clothes on. And you're like, dang, they're sexy. Like, look at them. Yeah, they are, but they worked for that. And you know how long they worked for that? That didn't happen overnight. That wasn't a 6-month, 30-pound loss journey. That's a lifestyle. That is years. That is years of discipline. Years of living as this person, this identity that they've created. They had the old one, but that person would not look like that. That person would not last and look like that and be able to do that. So there is a process though. Years. Do you really want it? That's the question you have to ask yourself. Do you really want this change? Do you really want this change? This is what I'm going to talk about. Growth is painful. Again, we're talking about going from point A to point B. Whatever that point B is, your big goal that you have. That if you could get there, it would change your life. It would make you feel so much better about yourself, or whatever the thing is. So point B is that. And you're here at A. And you feel like you're stuck. You feel like you're tired, you're sick, whatever you're feeling right now. That you're lacking in something. You feel like you're lacking in something in some area of life. And if you got this, you would feel some fulfillment in life. Okay, so we're talking about what happens in between. Trusting this process. And this is why we have to trust the process. Because, again, there's a difference between this person and that person. So not only do we have to become this new person and have the habits, and it's a lifestyle, so you have to live that way consistently. But you have to understand that to be that person, they had to go through some things. Going from here to here. Let me get some water. It's hot, y'all. I hope y'all are doing good, but it is hot out here. It's like in the 80s. People like at the pool swimming and stuff. I got everything open and I'm still hot. You know, I'm pushing it to put that AC on, but it's getting close. Anyway, all right. So point A, point B. So the person at point B, where you want to be at, they went through some things. They got knocked down multiple times. The only reason why they're able to handle the things they can handle is because they got back up and they kept going. That's how you like show that you can handle these new things. Because you can't go to the next level until you're able to show you can handle this level. And then you can go to the next level, but when you get to the next level, what they say? New levels, new devils? Something like that? Okay? So, you're going to have different challenges. So now that we've completed these different habits and things, that's great, but we will have some new challenges. Again, it's about consistency. And this is something that's important. This is something that I have to work on still. I mean, obviously, I got to work on a lot of things, but rest. It is okay to rest. It is okay to rest. It's okay to take a pause and not be pursuing something or moving forward in something consistently all the time. Again, we don't want to get stuck in things, but it is okay to pause and rest. And you need that sometimes. Sometimes that is needed, because in rest is when your muscles grow. So if we're talking about growth and how growth is painful, let's talk about, again, we're going to talk about working out. Okay, so to grow muscle, you have to stretch that tissue. You have to pull and stretch. That's why we lift heavier weights, because we're breaking that tissue so that it grows back stronger. That's in life. You cannot grow until you get pulled and stretched. That is where growth happens. And you can try and run from it, but it's going to happen. You're going to stay in that cycle until you learn, until you grow. So we know that growth is painful. We know that the process is painful. It's tiring. Sometimes you don't feel like continuing on. But that is where growth happens. And I'll say that it's important to have your community. It's important to have people you can reach out to when you are in those places where you don't feel like going on any longer, where you're tired of pressing on, where the growth is very painful and you're like, I'm tired of trying to grow. Again, what is it for? What's the point? So having that community there helps. Having these tools in your tool belt helps. Having your vision and your, whatever your things are on your walls, your affirmations and things help, because you're equipping yourself for when these times do help. But sometimes it just happens. And that's when you need that rest. That's when it's like, okay, well then pause, take a rest. This is okay. You don't need to be doing anything. You don't stop comparing yourself and any of that stuff. IRC Bully, I seen you were in here. I just seen your message. What's up? ¿Qué pasa? Alright. So, yeah, I mean, growth is painful. The process can be painful. Not the whole thing, but there is pain in there because growth is painful. But when you see that growth, when you see that muscle, it is worth it. It is worth it. It's just in those moments, it's hard. When you're in that down, when we're going up and down, when you're down in that valley, it's hard because you can't see the light because the mountain seems so tall. And when you're at the top, of course, it feels great. But it's a process. You go up and you go down. What's up? What's up? ¿Qué pasa? Today, what is it? Hoy habla de trust the process. So I haven't posted a lot about my Spanish. I have been doing it. I had some technical difficulties with a lot of things, obviously, from the start of this. But we keep moving forward. We keep going in whatever capacity that we can do. And so for me, I continued on. I did what I could do every day. My goal for this challenge was to practice Spanish at least 20 minutes a day. From the start, from the jump, like I have these CDs that I was gifted, and it's a really good program to learn Spanish. But what computer has a CD drive in it anymore? Well, mine doesn't. So, and then I thought I had a CD player here, and then my car doesn't, and like all these things. So it was a whole process to even get those files onto a USB or my phone, which I've only been able to get 3 tracks out of like 15 on my USB. So I would use other means as well, depending on the day and the situation. Of course, I wanted 20 minutes a day, but some days I may have gotten 10, some days I got 15, some days I got 30 or more. Sometimes I would just play it in the background, depending on the day. So my days were different. This is also life. I hit my goal, I hit it every day, but it wasn't 20 minutes every day, like I just said. But in the process, though, because we're talking about trusting the process, in the process, there are more factors to it that were affected than just me learning Spanish for 20 minutes a day. Just the act of doing that and the habit of staying consistent with that created change in other areas of my life. And that's what happens. This is why I wanted to do the challenge. I want you to kind of notice this as well. Maybe you didn't hit it every day, but you hit it every other day, or you hit it most of the time. And I'm hoping that you've seen some change in different areas of your life and that it affected other areas of your life as well, because you were staying consistent with that. So I do want to hear about that. If you did this challenge and you stuck with it, let me know. Leave a comment. If you're on the Facebook page, leave a post on there. Let me know. Send me a message. Send me an email, whatever it is. If you're not already, you can follow me on social media at Tao of Tito. That's TAOOFTITO. Okay, let me know. Because this isn't just about the small habit that we were doing this month. It is about more than that. And I hope that you are gaining something from this, from these lives, just from this process in itself. For 27 days, we did one small habit. And that should have set some other things into motion for you. If anything, it got you clearer on your goal of where you want to go, whether you wanted to do that thing or not. Because again, you have to want whatever that thing is, because you have to be consistent with it. It's a lifestyle at that point then. Whatever it is that you're doing, you're creating a new lifestyle, a new story, a new identity. Okay? And so, we're talking about trusting the process. I'm going to consistently be talking about that throughout this live. I'm not going to keep you all long. But a big thing, so I'm going to recap the last 4 weeks on the topics that we did. But a big thing is, the big takeaway that I want you all to have is that you have to know You have to know that you know that what you are trying to get to will happen. That what you are trying to get to is worth it. Okay, again, you have to have this deep want for it. That's why a lot of people have to hit like rock bottom. A lot of people have to go through something very traumatic or whatever it is to get to a point of change. They have to be fed up and tired with life to want change. Because you have to want it so bad. Like E.T. says, E.T., the hip-hop preacher, motivational speaker. He says you have to want it as bad as you want to breathe. In his story, he talks about this guy went out in the water. short one, I'm going to shorten it. Guy went out in the water with his guru. And he wants to learn all these things and whatever from the guru. The guru takes him out of the water. The guru pushes him down in the water. And the guy comes up and he's like, what are you doing? Blah, blah, blah. Push him down again. Comes up. Still not sick. Push him down again. Finally he comes up. And he's like trying to breathe and whatever. He's like basically saying like, you have to want it as bad as you want to breathe before you can have change. You have to really want that thing. You can't just want it because you see other people having it. That's not enough want. That's why I talk about having your why. What is your why? Why do you do the things that you do? That is what's going to push you forward and keep you going. That is your drive. Having that why. And I also talk about moving from belief to knowing. Your belief system, yes, we should know those things. That's the identity we talked about in the beginning. Your identity. What's your belief system? What are your values? Because those are going to set your boundaries. Those are going to help you say no to certain things and yes to other things. But believing is not enough. You have to move into knowing. So I'm hoping that you've seen some change through this habit challenge. And you can move more into knowing that if you stay consistent with it, how much more change would come. Again, you want this thing, this new person, this new story, whatever that thing is for you. But to be that person, you have to change your story. You have to know. And it's a lifestyle. So you have to be consistent with it. So you have to really want it. So then we go into our self-talk. You really want it? Okay. So what are you putting into your mind then about it? Are you putting doubt into your mind? Because we'll do that. Are you putting shame, guilt, judgment? What are you putting into your mind about this thing that you want? You shouldn't have it. You're not good enough. You're not here. You're not there. You don't have this or that. That person did that. That person did that. You're putting it on everybody else. What about you? Because we got to take some responsibility here. I mean, who else is going to do it for you? No one. Okay. You have the capability, if you're on here watching this right now, to start talking to yourself in the way that that person would talk to themselves, that new person. What do they say to themselves? What do they do? What's that input? You have to think in that way. That's when visualization helps. Taking the time for that and think about that if you haven't already. So, quick recap. This challenge, during our lives, we talked about getting your identity. Being clear on your identity, your why, your belief system. Getting clear on that. Who is this? What is that person? Who is that person you want to be? What do they look like? Who are they? What are their values, their beliefs? Okay. From there, we talked about cycles and hurdles and like rhythms in life. And you can get caught in a whirlpool of a rhythm, of a mindset, and of being around certain people and those vibrations that they bring, and you start to resonate with them. Again, getting clear on your identity will help you identify whether or not you should be around that or not. We talked about those cycles, those ups and those downs, those hurdles, and how we can get through that. And then we went into self-talk and mindset mastery. I just talked about because it's very important. How you talk to yourself. Are you going to let other people tell you who you are and tell you what you should believe and tell you all these things and make you feel bad about yourself? Or are you going to tell yourself the truth? What is the truth? It is what you tell yourself. The truth is your belief system. But you have to move into knowing, though. We can't just believe it. We have to know it for ourselves. That's when it's our truth. That's when other people can say something about you, and you're like, okay, that doesn't change what I believe. That's how you feel. Like, okay, why are you even worried about me? You know? Like, that self-talk, that's building that confidence, that knowing that you are doing what you are supposed to be doing, that you are on the path that you want to be. But you have to know that inside of yourself. Again, nobody can do that for you. You ever tried to change somebody else? How'd that work out? Hello, what's up, Deborah? Yeah, you ever tried to change someone else? Has anyone tried to change you? Your habits, those things you did. How'd that work out? I mean, I'm a bit stubborn, I'm not gonna lie. I know. So for me, you're not like gonna tell me. What? I gotta want it for myself. Most people are that way. They're not gonna just change because you tell them to. They have to want it themselves. They have to know it themselves. Otherwise, they're gonna question everything. So for you, know it for yourself. Tell yourself these things. Look yourself in the mirror and say these things to yourself. Write them down. Again, remember, writing down things has power. Saying things out loud has power. This is a form of manifestation. Okay? Why wouldn't you use factual things for your benefit in a positive way? Unless you're doing something shady and negative, you should be using these tools for your advantage to help others, to help yourself, to help your family, whatever the thing is. We know this is truth here. How are you talking to yourself? This is very important, obviously, because I keep saying it. I keep pushing it. This is important because other people will try and tell you who you are, what you should be doing, what you should be thinking, and all of the things. The media, the TV shows, the music, all of the things, the advertisements, all of the things that we're inputting all the time is trying to tell you what you should wear, what's in season, who you should be doing what with, like all the stuff. What you should be believing, where you should be putting your money and all these things, what food you should be buying, like all the things. Which is why I went into like hypnotism and stuff, because we know that these advertisements and things work. They use it on us daily, all of the time. All the time. I was talking a couple months ago with some family, and I was like, have y'all ever heard of Channel 1 News from high school? And they're like, what? No, I have never heard of Channel 1. I'm like, you don't know about Channel 1 News? I thought this was like a nationwide thing. Well, turns out, looked it up. Turns out, they only ran it for like a couple of years. Not very long. It was a marketing company who gave schools television equipment in return for showing their program to the students of our nation. And they wanted to see how we would vote in political elections as high schoolers. They were seeing how showing us different things would change our perception of how we'd vote. Yes. Lisa, was it Lisa Lou? I don't remember her name. Yeah, look it up. Channel 1 News is a marketing company that gave schools the equipment in exchange for showing us this news that they showed us. And the way you say things and the way you portray things, as we know with these sound bites and clips, you can persuade people in different ways, right? They did that to high schoolers around the nation to see how we would vote. This was what they said. Okay. It only ran for a bit of time. Weird science experiments, I swear. So knowing that they literally use advertisements and things like that, the radio, why do they play the same songs over and over and stuff like that? They know it gets into our subconscious. Lisa Ling, yes, that was her name. Yeah. So it gets into our subconscious. We sing the jingles. We go buy the things. Oh, that looks good. There's a reason they pay millions of dollars for these advertisements. They know that this stuff works. It's real. Look into the television. I'm not gonna go too deep on this live right now. Look into the television. They are telling you what to believe. And it is determined by what you watch, right? Depending on what news channel you watch, gives you a certain perspective, right? If you heard what news channel somebody watches, you're going to say, oh, they're that type of person, right? Interesting. So if you can choose, have intention behind picking what you hear and what you see, can you change your perception? And if you can, why would you not be intentional about what you hear and what you see and what you say and what you write? Right? Am I here by myself? Even if I am, it's all good. If you're watching this recording, I hope you have a smile on your face right now. Yeah. Just know that being intentional is important. You can't complain if you're being complacent and complicit. Right? So if you're intentional, which is why some people are, because what? Ignorance is bliss, right? But we don't want to be ignorant. You're not here. If you're here right now, you don't want that. You want more. And you know you can have more. You know you want to do more. You know you will get there. So we are moving in that direction, which is why I do these lives, which is why I share this information. I share a lot of this because I love this stuff. I love all of it. So I like to talk about it. But I also do because I want to help those out there who want to grow, who want to change, who want to see these things, who want to live a fulfilled life. If you didn't know, I wrote a book back in 2014 about living a fulfilled life, living a life of success. Success can be something different for everyone. Okay? It really is living a life of intention. And how we do that. I live a holistic lifestyle because I feel like that encompasses all of it, which is why I say that and claim it. But what it really comes down to is just living an intentional life, making the choice as often as you can, because sometimes it's hard. Like I said, some days I got 10 minutes of my Spanish, not 20 minutes. But I got it in. I did hit every day. I think one day I kind of like maybe hit after midnight. But it's having an intention behind it and continuing to do that though as well. It's not going to stop. I'm not stopping it after today. I'm going to continue with it. I'm actually going to enhance it and do it better. I need to actually have conversations with other people because I got the verbiage down. I'm picking it up better now. Like I'm listening to the people and I understand a lot of what they're saying. It's just being more conversational with it for me. And then not being so scared to like say it and mess up. But yeah, I mean, we just have to continue moving on. Anyway, I got off on a tangent. Yes, I have a book. I am going to update it, but it is in the link in my bio on Instagram. And yeah, so if you're on YouTube, you can go to my Instagram, TAOOFTITO, and it's the link in the bio. You can also look on Amazon. Yeah, you can purchase it on Amazon. It's cheap. But it's a short read, quick read. It encompasses the holistic lifestyle and what I talk about all the time. Okay? Because it's a life of intention. It's a life of intention. Thank you. Thank you for joining as well. I appreciate you all who are here with me and who all have been doing this challenge, whether you can make the live or not. I know it's late for some people. I have to do it right now because my day is pretty packed anytime before this. And so, you know, this was the best time for me to do it. So moving forward though, one thing is we just have to remember that we need to know. We need to move from believing to knowing. And you have to condition yourself to do that. You have to do, it's work, and it is a process, and you will continue to do it consistently. Like, it's life. You will get knocked down, you will stop, you will fall, but if we get up and we continue on, that's what it's about, and learning in the process. But we will grow. It's inevitable for you to grow if you are doing the work and if you are continuing on. If you are learning and getting out of those cycles and moving to the next level, the next cycle, until, you know, you keep moving. I believe it's more of a spiral, so it's not like completion, but it's a learning and moving on to a different level. If you understand what I'm saying. But yes, so just knowing, that's a big takeaway that I want you to have after this, is you need to move into knowing, which is my whole tangent, because we need to condition ourselves. We need to take control of what we can take control of, and that is what we hear, what we see, what we say, what we write down. So when those emotions do come up, and when those things outside of our power come out and come at us, that we are equipped to a certain level to where we can handle it and we can move forward. And so, yes, that's a big takeaway from all of this that I want you to have. Trust the process. Know that growth is painful, but it is so rewarding and it is worth it. But you have to really want it. You have to really want it, so get clear on what it is that you want. And don't spend too much time on that, though. Get that goal, and as you move along, you'll get clearer on your goal, but don't let it hold you back, that you're not completely clear on what it looks like. Okay, but we just need to be moving in that direction. And as you move in that direction, we will get clearer, and we'll then be able to pick and choose, okay, as we continue on. Another takeaway would be working on your schedule and routine. So as we end this, continue on your habit, depending on whatever your habit is. If it's in alignment with your main goal, continue on with it. If it's not, switch it up. Let's find a new habit that's going to get us to where we want to go, and start working on that. But something that, if you haven't been doing it already, is do better with your scheduling and your routine. And by that I mean, look at your week, because you have a lot of things that happen consistently. We get up, we eat, we go to work, go to school, whatever the thing is that you're doing. Okay, then we come home, and then we do the thing, we work out, and we eat dinner, and then we watch TV or something, or whatever you do in the evening, and then you go to bed. Okay. Yes, thank you for joining. So you know that you have a routine. So let's look at your routine and see maybe where you need to clean up a little bit. Let's not do too much at one time, but let's look at it and say, all right, you know what? Instead of sitting down for TV at 5 p.m. every day, I'm going to wait till about 7. And so I have a little time. I can get a little movement in for 30 minutes. I can cook dinner instead of eating out all of the time. Whatever it is. Maybe that's your habit. It's just looking at that and making a little tweak in your routine, and just trying to stay consistent with that new tweak that you have. But our schedule is so important, because that, if something messes up in your schedule, it messes up a lot of everything else that happens during that day. I am attempting to rise early during the day, earlier than I used to do, which I have been doing it. I'm trying to be more consistent with it, because I know that it is beneficial. It does help me prepare for the day. Having that time to mentally get it together before I go out in the world and interact with other people. And so, you know, just that little tweak in my day helps so much. It does a lot. So whatever it is that you may need to tweak in your day or in your week routine, it doesn't have to be every day. It can be just like on Wednesdays, you know, you have more time. So in that time, I'm going to spend it doing whatever the thing is. Preparing for whatever thing is, whatever it is that you need to do that's going to get you to where you want to be, or at least start moving in that direction. Well, let's look at that. Let's look at our schedule and our routine. What is it that we're doing that we can improve on? Okay, so let's look at that as we end this challenge and we move forward. If you did not do the challenge, you can start now and do it. It didn't have to be in February. Okay. You can join the Facebook group. Link is in the bio, in the description box, all the things. The habit tracker is there. If it has February in it, just cross it out and write whatever month you want on there. Or just hit me up. I'll make a new one for you. Okay? But you can have habit tracker. Use any type of habit tracker. It doesn't matter. But you can also join the Facebook group. Okay? That's where I posted different pieces of content that I didn't post on my social media. Different videos and things like that can help you, as well as the recap of the week. Like your homework as well. So it was more information there than what you see in this live and what you see on my social media. So you can join that Facebook group at any time and check that information out. So if you have followed me, then you already know how I post, what the type of things that I post. If you are not following me, you should, because obviously I do this. This is my lifestyle. I love it. I'm passionate about it. I want others to be passionate about it as well. I want others to live with intention and move forward in a great and powerful way, because if you be the change, you can impact others, right? But we have to be the change first here, and then we can spread it out. Yes, did the entire month. That's what's up. Good job. Pat yourself on the back. Listen, here we go. This is the next thing. Congratulate yourself. Congratulate yourself. If you did this, even if you did it for a shorter period of time, whatever it was, you were not doing it before, obviously. So if you did it, good job. Congratulate yourself. What was your reward? I hope you had a reward at the end of this. That reminds me, actually, okay, I got my little reward I gotta do. I'll share that, but like on my social, but pat yourself on the back, like literally pat yourself on the back. Give yourself a high five. Okay, I do that sometimes in the mirror. Do that. Pat yourself on the back. Say good job. I'm proud of you. I am proud of you. I am proud of you. If you did this, I am proud of you. If you haven't done it yet and you are going to do it, I'm proud of you for making the choice to do it, to make change in your life. Because you're a part of the small group of people who's taking control of what they can take control of, who wants better, and you will impact so many people by doing that. Just by working on yourself, by making that choice. You will. So, good job. Good job to all of us. Everybody. High fives to everybody. Yeah. Yes. Okay. Yes. High five. Give me a high five. All right. Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna start to wrap this up. But yes, we need to congratulate ourselves. Okay. Pat yourself on the back. Reward yourself if you did this. You did great. And like I said, it's not just about this habit. It's about what it affected when you did that. Like I said, if I rose in the morning, if that was my habit, that affected so many other things. It gave me more clarity during the day, more positive attitude during the day, which affects other people. Because your energy when you walk into the room will affect other people, right? So that little change would not only help me and affect me, but it's going to affect other people. That's what this is about. But we can't look too big. We have to start looking within and changing what we can within. Then we can affect others outwardly. Okay? Because we holler about change and all these things, but it's like, are you doing the inner work? Are we doing that? Because, yeah, we all need that. And I hope you're staying hydrated. I hope that you get that vitamin D, that sunlight, for at least 20 minutes between the hours of 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. Whenever the sun is out, try and soak that up when you can. Okay, that's important. Get you some magnesium in your body. Ease your nervous system. But let's not all magnesium is the same. Okay, you're gonna be sitting on that toilet if you get that other one. Okay, the oxide. Let's stay away from that one. Okay, unless you need that. But all right. So these are things that we can continue to do even outside of this challenge. Good job. Thank you for sticking with the challenge. I'm proud of you all. I'm proud of myself. I need to reflect on all that has happened this month, and I think that you should too. Take tomorrow and reflect on February. Reflect on the challenge. Reflect on how well you did. If you didn't do so well, if you didn't stick with it, that's okay. Reflect on it. Why did you not? Why did you miss so many days? Why couldn't you come back from that? Just reflect on that. Not in a guilt or shame way. Like, we're not judging ourselves on this. We're learning. Okay? That's what it's about. It's a process. It's not end all completed. Oh man, that was it. No, we're going to keep going. Okay? We're just looking at it, reviewing it, learning from it. If you journaled, good job. Let's look back at that tomorrow. Look over it and see where you can change. Again, tweak it a little bit. Was it because you ate out all the time and so you didn't have energy? Was it because you stayed up till 4 a.m. every night? You didn't have energy? Was it because of being around certain people and their energy rubbing on you and they kept saying things like, why are you doing that? What's that for? And all this, putting this stuff into your head. Is it what you were watching? What was it? Look at that. And then let's start to weed those things out then at that point. It's a learning process. Okay. So yeah, as we move forward, let's do that. Let's review our month of February, our challenge, and let's move forward knowing that these small changes are going to make great positive impact on our lives, and not just our lives, but others around us. And that's what it's about. So continue to do that. Continue to be the change. We start with ourselves first. Okay? I'm proud of you all. Thank you for sticking around. I don't know why, but I just want to recap this again for anyone who's jumping on at this moment. During this habit challenge, every week I did a live and I had different topics that I talked about. So I'm going to run through those real quick and we're going to encompass this and go ahead and close it out. I also am going to tell you about what's to come at the end of this. And those of you who have done this and have stuck with it, who've wrote things down and all of that, send me what you have, because I have some rewards for you. I have some gifts for you all. Those of you who stuck with it. I think I wrote on the Facebook page, if you did at least 80% of this, if you stuck with it for at least 80% of the time, you will get a gift from me. Okay? So real quick, we talked about this month, we talked about your identity, your why, okay, your belief system, cycles, the hurdles that will come up in these cycles, your self-talk, your mindset, changing your state of being, your body, moving your body so that we can get out of those dark holes that we get into sometimes when life knocks you down. And then right now we're talking about trusting the process and how growth can be painful, but it is very rewarding and you will grow. It's inevitable to grow if you continue on. Okay? So that encompasses everything from this challenge. As we close out, again, I am thankful and grateful for you all who have joined me. I will do this again. Okay, so just stick around. Like I said, follow me on social media if you are not already. And we will continue forward. But I do have some things that I want to work on outside of doing this challenge. And that's what I'm going to be doing right after this. And a part of that is I'm going to open up my online store where I'm going to have tools for you that's going to help equip you, okay, in life so that you can be consistent, so that you can be in the process and trust the process when you don't really feel like it and you're not seeing the progress and all those things. I'm going to have tools there that will help you and equip you to continue on and to help you grow and to help you reach those goals. Okay, so I'm opening my online store in March. So get ready for that. All right, some great things is going to happen here. So I'm opening my online store. If you did this challenge, send me an email, tiffany@bornvital.com. Okay. Links in my bio will take you to this challenge page. And on that page, it will have more information on how you can contact me and all of that. Again, social media. You can always send me messages wherever. But I want to know if you completed this challenge, at least 80% of this challenge. I want to give you a gift, so please let me know. And also, I want to know how this challenge helped you. What did you learn from this challenge? Whatever it is insight that you have gained from doing this challenge, let me know. If you struggled on this challenge, let me know. I want to know how I can help you. How can we improve on that? Because we're not stopping now. Okay, you've been doing the work. Let's continue to do the work. and I'm here to help. Okay, so send me that so that I can send you your rewards, and I will send them out in March as well, as I launch my online store with these tools that will help you out. Okay, and I will continue to share all of this information on my social media. I will try and do a live, every so often. I will post that I'm going to go live and what the topic is that I'll be talking about, or I'll just go live and we'll just chat about whatever it is. Okay, so that's what we have to look forward to. Again, thank you all for sticking around. I'm going to hop off here. I need to get some food in me. It's too late for me to be eating, but I got to get it in. It's been a busy day. But I thank you all for joining. I really do. Okay. Oh, excuse me. And I hope you all are doing well. Continue to move forward. You got this. Every day is not always going to be great and grand and amazing. But I tell you what, life is an extraordinary adventure. You never know what's going to happen. It doesn't mean something bad has to happen. Possibilities are endless. Blessings and miracles happen all the time in expected and unexpected ways. What are you saying to yourself? Alright? That is your reality. And move in that. Know. Okay? Let's move forward knowing that the good things are coming. Believe it. Alright? You gonna let somebody else tell you? Or are you gonna believe it for yourself? I love you all. Stay strong out there. Let's keep moving forward. Get that sunlight. Drink your water. Those are basic keys right there. If you're not drinking water, you better drink some water. Okay? Alright, and I'm going to hop off of here. Hopefully I hear from you all. I want to hear how your habit challenge went. I'm going to post my videos of me practicing my Spanish. I haven't been able to do it yet, but I am going to post some videos of me practicing my Spanish. Like I said, I'm going to continue on with that. So you're going to see more content of that anyway, no matter what. But yeah, look out for the online store in March. If you did this, let me know so I can send you a gift. I have some cool little gifts I want to send out to you all. And thank you. Continue to be strong out there, y'all. I got this. We got this together. Okay? And I will see you in the next video. Take care.